Kenya, where it is day 5 of the United Nations Environment Assembly here in the capital, Nairobi. Today's first sessions are focusing on the effects of displacement on the environment. Later today, delegates are due to go through a list of resolutions that are meant to be implemented. Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta on Thursday attended the summit and pledged his country's commitment to the fight against the illegal wildlife trade. Now, the summit has seen a host of topics affecting the environment being discussed. Well, let's get you more perspective on that summit. I'm joined live now from Johannesburg by Nokuthula Mene, a Greenpeace Africa Food for Life campaign manager. Nokuthula, thank you very much for joining us on Africa Live. Just tell us how important you think this UNEA Summit is and what you expect to come out of it, if anything at all, that might be concrete move towards more sustainable environment practices.
Thank you for having me. So this summit is very important in that decision makers are meeting to actually discuss the impacts on the environment, and it is particularly important because it's the first United Nations Environmental Assembly after the Agenda 2030 last year, adopted in August last year by the United Nations, and also after the Paris talks in Paris last year in December 2015. And so it's particularly important, but however, we are worried about what will come out of it. Some of the other organizations, international organizations, have called it an expensive talk show, but we are optimistic in that it will bring some attention to what is happening on the ground, and perhaps then we can start to have some movement on the ground and actually have some policies start to be implemented due to the attention that it will bring.
Well, we know, of course, that food security has been one of the issues on the agenda this week. Just tell us more about Food for Life and its role in food security.
Well, food security is a worrying issue, especially for sub-Saharan Africa and Africa in general. If we look at the statistics, 1 in 4 people in sub-Saharan Africa are actually are food insecure. This has actually been compounded as well by the El Nino effect, where we have seen the majority of African countries actually needing food aid. South Sudan, more than 5.3 million people are going to need food aid. Countries like Zimbabwe are actually also going to have actually declared a national disaster in light of the crisis with regards to crop production. And so what we are doing is that we are advocating for the shift from industrial agriculture. So we've seen most governments now are focusing on industrial agriculture, a reliance on chemicals, a reliance on technology that has an adverse impact on the environment. And what we are saying is that we're in this dire situation now, partly because we've been following a wrong model. What we actually need to do is actually focus on agroecology or ecological agriculture as a solution, and investments and policies need to be shifted in order to actually put in place agroecology as the solution, because the current system that we have is failing us, and that's why we see that a slight shock to the system has seen so many people facing food insecurity this year.
As you say, of course, rather worrying statistics that 1 in 4 may face food insecurity. Nokuthula Mene speaking to us there from Johannesburg. Thank you very much.